The most dangerous Jung warning sign, and how to see IT before IT destroys you. Carl Jung once discovered something chilling. Majority of his most dangerous patients, people who appeared completely normal, even charming, shared one identical warning sign before they caused devastation in the lives around them. It wasn't obvious aggression. It wasn't toxic outbursts. It was something far more subtle and far more deadly. Jung said that if you recognize this sign, the only safe response is immediate withdrawal. So, what is it? It begins when someone starts projecting their shadow onto others with absolute conviction. If you've never heard the term shadow projection, you might think it's just a psychological theory. But Jung saw it as something else entirely, a kind of psychological early warning system that could save your life. He learned this the hard way in 1913, with a patient who would change his understanding of human danger forever. This patient was warm, articulate, genuinely interested in others. But Jung noticed something strange. Everyone this man called evil or manipulative shared the same traits. Traits that Jung recognized as belonging to the patient himself. This wasn't a mistaken judgment. It was a systematic rewriting of reality. Within months, this man destroyed 3 relationships, got 2 colleagues fired, and pushed his own brother to a nervous breakdown, all while appearing completely innocent and utterly convinced he was the victim. Here's the terrifying part. Modern neuroscience confirms that during intense shadow projection, the brain rewires perception itself. The projector isn't consciously lying. They literally believe their distorted reality. And when they believe it with absolute certainty, they become dangerously convincing to everyone around them. This is where things get worse. Their conviction creates what psychologists call a reality distortion field, a lens that not only changes how they see you, but slowly changes how others see you. Your friends, family, or coworkers might begin to believe their version of you, until you're defending yourself against accusations that feel like they came from another universe. Have you ever had someone tell you what you were thinking or feeling, and no matter what you said, they refused to believe you? That's shadow projection. And the stronger it is, the more the projector recruits others into their delusion, a phenomenon Jung called collective possession. Entire families have turned on one member. Workplaces have mobbed and driven out innocent people. Communities have destroyed reputations based on nothing but projected fantasies. Jung identified 5 unmistakable red flags: absolute certainty about your internal thoughts or motives, immunity to evidence that contradicts their view, emotional intensity wildly disproportionate to the facts, endless victim stories in which they are always the wronged party, recruitment of others to see you through their distorted lens. If you see these together, it's not a misunderstanding. It's a psychological storm that will escalate until it breaks something: your relationships, your reputation, or your sanity. And here's the trap: these patterns rarely come alone. Jung identified other dangerous states. Ego inflation, when someone is possessed by their own sense of moral or spiritual superiority. Persona identification, the perfect person mask that hides a volatile, repressed shadow ready to explode. Archetypal possession, when a person becomes a channel for forces bigger than their individual self, speaking and acting with uncanny certainty. Repetition compulsion, the unconscious recreation of the same destructive dramas over and over, pulling others into roles they never agreed to play. Why should you care? Because these patterns aren't visible until you know how to spot them. And by the time you notice, you might already be trapped inside someone else's psychological script. So how do you protect yourself? Jung's advice was simple, but not easy. Trust your gut. Stop trying to convince them. Limit what you share. Document everything. Get outside perspective. And if the signs keep showing up, walk away before the trap closes. The patient who taught Jung this lesson never realized the truth. He had become the very thing he hated, all while believing himself pure. That's the tragedy of shadow projection. It allows a person to become their own worst nightmare without ever seeing it. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been caught in someone else's distorted version of reality? How did you spot it, and did you get out in time? Drop your story in the comments. Your insight might be the thing that saves someone else. And if you want more deep, life-changing insights into Jung's psychology, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next, we're exploring a Machiavellian law so devastatingly effective. Modern neuroscience has now proven it works exactly the way he predicted.